Hello, fellow old souls, empaths, seers, and psychonauts. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, we're going to utilize the scrolls, the old scrolls through the signs, and as well we will add on some aura scrolls, tarot and oracle, and the dream cards. See what's going on. And the aura of the old souls, a little divination dose. So if you'd like to join me in opening up, you're welcome to, or you know the drill, you can fast forward through. You can take a moment, take a nice big breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of old souls, empaths, seers, psychonauts alike. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I got a note like in that opening, excuse me, the feeling was very orbity, embracing. I feel very fluid. I feel like I'm nice and it's kind, even if I've been going through some things, making choices, just the human existence, but it's like, okay, that's how it's feeling. I don't mean to be all cheesy about it, but that's how it's feeling. So I thought I would share that with you. All right, old souls, let's see what scrolls pop out for us today. Yeah, it's like just kind of judging energy a little differently, maybe. I feel like I'm really embodying things. I'm allowing them to move through. Sorry, I'm still going to be like all ooey gooey about it. I feel just ooey gooey goodness. I just want to feel.
Mother.
Allow it to feel. I want allow myself to feel. You know the drill, old souls. Please see, sense, and feel for yourself what the scrolls are saying to you. If any specific shapes stand out or anything along that lines. But thank you for the space for me to share there's this.
Bring it to me.
I'm seeing like this feminine energy and this masculine energy and this X-Men, and it's opening up. And not only like in the gateway of the third eye, like I know I'm not doing it right, but imagine like it was opening up like an elevator, like a really fancy elevator. And it's opening up in the higher chakras, the high heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And it's like if you can imagine this big X, and it's like, hello. And it's moving out into the aura of this energy, if you're here with me, like at least to the shoulders, if not just out. And I feel like it's even more. And there's this wonderful awareness of also, okay, closing up. And it like disappears and dissipates, but it's in a really nice way. Does that make sense? I hope I hope that you can feel the energy. I'm even getting a little bit of like the willies, so it's feeling really nice. There's a lot of work that's being done, that has been done with those worker ants of wrenches. It's like worker ants in the water space, the emotional space. Maybe that's that ooey gooey goodness. But it also kind of feels like, if I may, my bone structure is a little loosey-goosey. And I'm, how do I say this? I've got more space. But there might be a little bit of wanting to feel a little bit more structure and strength in like the spine, but the fluid around it. And interesting. Anything, as I'm looking at the Aries fire and that disrespect came through, that's coming to an end. If I'm being disrespected, I'm also not doling out retribution. Like I'm being very mindful of how I am judging myself first. And even using that as there's that higher guide, that higher judgment of observation. The way I'm looking at things is not with a red fire of fiercity. It's with a golden glow. That golden opening up the gates to speak to the consciousness of creation. And there's a force at play, but it's like a fire falcon
planet
versus a fire FU. You know what I mean? I don't mean to be nasty. And over here we have the tiger. This feminine and masculine energies are absolutely multitasking. I'm also seeing frosted flakes. Yeah, there she is. That hair. The hermit hair. The hermit hair. There's that emotion. The plumbing ants. Worker ants. Something's becoming very, very graceful. I'll show these with you in just a moment as they're coming through. Sorry, one last one for... Here we go. If I turn that off, does it help? Maybe, hopefully that makes it at least a little bit less of a glare. Hopefully you can see it okay. I want to come into these... Any sort of abuse, any sort of disrespect. It's almost like I'm turning over this leaf of faith in universal justice. And I can stand with my fears and see them as the sweet little things that they are. And I'm no longer concerned about predator and prey. I want to note that in this card, I don't know if the lighting... Okay, see her back there? Yep. And then I want to note this scroll feels the same way. This multitasking ability to, like a drywall plug, you know how it goes in like, psh, so that that's what it feels like. I'm really grounding in, but right now I feel I'm tuning into this Cancerian beauty. The transformation. Oh my goodness, for heaven's sake, Stephanie. There we go. This transformation of working with my water. Maybe the water of consciousness, the water of the ways to wisdom. The ways to UFO. Wisdom. We also have here wolf. And then the honeybee. The masculine energy is so bright. I want to note that in the X-men and the X-women, there's the masculine and this feminine. I didn't mean to pull more cards on purpose. It wasn't intentional. It's beautiful. The star, the honey, it's the same fertility up here with the hermit hair and the honeybee. Creating more stars in the sky that shine, and they serve, and they're serving this masculine energy, sourcing things out. You are sourcing things out. And I am trusting.
He won't leave.
I am trusting something. If there's anyone or anything in your life that seems to not be leaving. I'll be honest with you, what I'm hearing is I want to seek out a higher understanding, a higher purpose, or my faith, whatever my universal understanding a portion of it may be embodied in. Justice and judgment. There is a universal justice and judgment that I am leaning into. The workings of the mind, the multidimensional mind, and I want to come back to the ways to wisdom. On the bottom is the Page of Cups. Yes. How am I perceiving things? How am I relating? How am I embodying my frequency and my faith in that? Honoring it, because change is afoot. Change is afoot.
Are you a friend?
I am a friend. Are you a friend? Anything that challenges my authenticity. Sorry, I got to get off my foot. My authenticity. It's almost like it's not challenging it in a way that wants to engulf me. It is stepping forward. And I am the universal... I am the representative of the universal justice. Yep. And as it steps forward, person, place, or thing, however it's embodied, a mindset, external and internal, and it steps forward to me. And I originally see it, I'm just sharing this, as a predator. Eyes down. And my hermit hair comes out and says, oh my, oh my, oh my. But then I that bone structure I was talking about, as I'm feeling all fluid and, ooey gooey and greatness, that stiffness sets it down, but then it's like my arm goes out and says, hold on, are you here as a friend or foe? And regardless of what you say or do, please know it does not change me. It does not change. I am responsible here in this kingdom of my consciousness. And your interaction is letting me know, like the honeybee, somebody sticking their hand in the honey jar. And I can't let that happen. Queen of Swords, I can't let that happen. And you become a reflection. Maybe you are also noticing this, that you are a reflection of for people and of others. It's not absolved from being outside of it. It's really feeling like I'm immersed in it. Yes, I am immersed in this understanding, in this reflective understanding, masculine and the feminine turning the wheel. Old souls, seers, and psychonauts. Let's take a look at the aura and see if anything can pop out to support, and then I'll grab a dream card as well. Okay, we have the sacral chakra scroll stepping forward. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well. Look at that strength up there. Hearing something about like a guidance counselor, a guidance of this sacral... How do I want to say that? Teamwork. I'm also seeing at some point, sometimes it's okay to go, I don't know. This isn't mine. And this isn't in an escapism or, because I know we're all one, or that's my belief system. So somehow every mirror that steps forward to me, every symbol, teamwork, I need to listen to that guidance. Tune in. It. Because it seems like there's also old souls, a lot of others. I shouldn't say a lot. I don't want to be nasty about it. There are others that would like to waste your time so that you're not doing and feeding your frequency of this consciousness connection, that you are fine-tuning your connection with. Because I'm seeing it like an umbilical cord. And there's something about not only the sacral chakra, but it's moving into... Okay. It's the shadow of the sacral. The shadow of the sacral. If you want to take that in, I should probably cover that up in case the tube has issue.
What date is it?
All right, so we have, if you see any sort of symbols that are standing out to you, if you're on a phone, I believe you can zoom in. And we'll grab the Jungian cards here to support. 17, 18, and 58. I'm going to go with 17 first of generating. You are dead, but you are still alive, just in a different existence level. There's the card if you want to take a screenshot and take it in. Generating. The shepherd hands the weak newborn lamb to the seeker to care for. Caring, nurturing, and creating. Generating is the bringing forth into the world new life from source. Powerful in its effects, we are always attracted to its energy. For having broken free from the womb, we seek continuously to reconnect to that greater lifeline for renewal and substance. Receive the power to enhance life when it comes, giving where you are invited and receiving where you must. Your task, should you choose to accept Old Soul, your task is to both give and receive energy in equal proportion. To do one and not the other creates an imbalance and need. And I feel like it's this imbalance. There's an understanding and in that nurturing energy, but not everything. Some things can be a distraction, because as you are enhancing your service to creation, and like I said, that umbilical cord of giving and receiving, being mindful, tuning into that connection. Does this support? Does this help the highest, or does it help in a codependent neediness? And this, it keeps bringing me back into here of this teamwork. I'm also seeing a teddy bear that's being crowned by something. There's a crowning happening in the sacral, and it's like the shadow of the sacral is being crowned by a neon orange. And there's these beings, they kind of look like I'm going to say like Egyptian birds almost, to be honest with you. That's what they look like, Egyptian birds. Okay, let's bring in 18, indwelling. If there's anything in the card that stands out. Oh, I got to cover her nudie bits. Okay, I will show you this card. Sorry. I feel like sometimes I get all forgetful that there's other cameras if you want to take a screenshot. Indwelling. Central image is the child moves in the water. Inner, matter, and sensual. Indwelling means living securely deeply within oneself. I dwell in inner mystery, knowing myself as more real, more complete than all which is out there. I live in deep spaces apart from the world and its demands. I am here alone with myself and being, doing nothing, feeling, real, waiting in readiness for what is to be. And your task, should you choose to accept, is to bring a calmness to myself by exploring spaces within, and maybe when it's right, sharing some of that with others. Definitely a discerning, I'll cover her. Maybe. And maybe that's what we're all working on in this ethereal space. The well ofness, the gentleness, the kindness. And even though I've covered her right now for the bits, it's like taking a look at oneself in that vulnerable space. The judgment that we might be applying to ourselves, that we do apply to ourselves. We are also receiving, I would like to note, receiving something from another source. And I'm seeing that in that falcon, and I'm seeing that here in the shepherd. And this is coming from like the sacral shepherd. Interesting. Card 58. That bull. Okay. I will bring it up for you if you'd like to take a screenshot so you can further see, understand, or resonate with. Regression is the central image or the central theme of this. The seeker is confronted by the black bull, craziness, flight, and foolishness. Regression is when the forces for going backwards are winning over a forward progressive movement. Every choice to move forward evokes the regressive pull. So much life energy goes into what gives us little value back. The past wants us to stay there as much as the present does. But the future calls us forward to the next stages of life, to a new meaning, a new step in consciousness. We say no to all that would oppose our true choice. By saying no, we defeat the no, which would defeat us. By saying no, we defeat the no, which would defeat us. Your task, should you choose to accept, is to practice defeating the regressive pullback by making commitments and sticking to them. And I would like to note as well, by also making commitments and really discerning in that, what pulls us into a regressive state and what draws us into a progressive state. This is not in a judgment of what is this or that, better or worse. This feels personal. When we meet that shadow of the sacral, the shadow and the shepherd of the sacral, and we look at our book, we look at the indwelling of that, of what we wish to generate, this feels profound. This feels really deep. And I have no doubt, fellow old souls, empaths, seers, and psychonauts, that in some way, shape, or form, Dominion, you absolutely understand what this is about in your world. The umbilical cord of giving and receiving, the fears and the ferocity, but the falcon, the honeybee. There's all these creatures in this landscape of consciousness that are serving this wheel and this queen.
Sister.
The masculine and the feminine. I cannot control the world, but my world is within my control. How I co-create with different, how my knee might talk to my elbow. Head bone's connected to the neck bone. Neck bone's connected to the shoulder bone. I obviously don't remember the song, but you know what I mean. Closing out messages for old soul seers and psychonauts. I hope you're doing well. If you haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe. I always forget to say stuff like that. I can barely remember how to press the buttons, but I love it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, and subscribing. You can visit iScry.ca to request a personal support, see what's going on. I thank you. You warm my haunted heart. Last but not least, last message for, okay, we have 2. All right. I'm going to share these with you. Cosmic self and inner child, dominators, and digital interface. For some of you, you might be interacting with the digital atmosphere as well. There's a digital aura to consider as well. Your presence digitally, thinking it doesn't matter. It matters. It's noticed. It's building something. It's building something. Also, your starseed aura, or even your astral aura, and that inner child again is coming through. But there's a regaining that is blatantly here in regards to generating. In the feminine of the card 7 of the generating ability. And I'm no longer going to be disrespected or tossed aside, even by my own fears and my own ability to be ferocious.
Idiot.
I can tame, my goodness, don't worry about that word. I can tame that within myself. But maybe the point is that we can only do our best with external idiosos. Then we have the initiate and bilocation. The initiate is where I feel like it's that place of where one always is. The initiate is never fully initiated until you're home. And it makes me feel like that frequency, that faith in that frequency, and being in 2 places at once. You're always the master and the student. You know what I mean? And I know that's a very classic thing. You're welcome to leave, love. There's a door over to my right that'll take you right on up. It's like understanding that you're lucid living and lucid dreaming from that human and higher space self, and having faith in that frequency and tuning in to check in every so often. If you have a question about something, is this good for me? Is this not great for me? And then last but not least here, I didn't even look. Rude. Light switch and the 3 worlds. The light switch and the 3 worlds. And I want to know, bright. It is bright. I want to know the sacral chakra is bringing me right in here into this mid world. It's like, self, soul, and spirit, Father, Son, Holy. You can apply all of the feelings and the meanings. And why we are bilocated in our awareness of duality, being here in density and duality. Let us not be blind to the beauty that is here. Let us not be scared of appreciating the senses that being human offers. And while navigating, it's like I feel some old souls, when you start to regress or consider that, a light switch is now going to go off and go, aha, there it is. Okay. And it could even be a dimmer. And it's like, I'm not going to be hard on myself or poo-poo myself because, I did it again. No, okay. Awesome. Here we are. Let's figure it out. And the 2 becomes 3. It's incredible. It's incredible. I know sometimes the world feels dull. The material world feels dull. It's because the magic is running all the way through it, through us. Last message here is Tarot of Guidance. Again, all this gold. I keep seeing like the Holy Grail, symbolically speaking, of the cup. And I'm seeing the cup as the vessel of like this golden masculine energy and this honeybee. And the water within it, the elixir within it, is the feminine energy. This is how I'm seeing it. And as I want to drink it in my fun cup here. I don't know. Just fantastic. You know what I'm saying? That's what it makes me feel like. It's like the Holy Grail that's starting in the sacral, because the ability to generate is in that root chakra space from generations to my ability to generate that stability. And that's holding. It's like the cup, the golden grail cup. It's already there and implemented. And I just need to not regress into it. And I just need some maintenance there. You know what I mean? Maintenance to sustain that so that the cup can continue to fill and fill and fill and give, exchange with others with this very determined discernment, so that you're not wasting your time, your awareness, or being distracted by others that know that you have something, but you are being guided at a level that is, like I said, in that high heart, throat, crown, that X-Men. That's what it makes me feel like. It feels fantastic. Thank you so much, old souls, seers, and psychonauts. I look forward to scrying for you again soon. And if you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe. And until then, thank you. Love you.